Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are doing great. Happy Friday. So, in today's
You
video,
cannot look at this and tell me that you don't have baby fever.
who's going to tell her? Who's gonna tell her? People always swear that just by looking at their babies, automatically your ovaries are jumping. The answer is hell no. We good. If you are a fur mama, a fur parent, comment down below. Yeah, we do not care, ma'am. Ma'am, no. I have a few stitches to share with you guys, and I'm going to give more of my opinion at the end of the video, and you can see the rest of the video of me and my little baby here at the end. Don't skip the video. I'm watching you.
You cannot look at this and tell me that you don't have baby fever. You cannot look at this and tell me that you don't have baby fever.
Oh, I can. I can definitely tell you that there is not a single cell in my body that wants a baby. I'm glad that you're in love with your baby. That's great. I'm going to share my experience as a child-free woman to anybody who might be earlier in this journey in case it resonates. I have never felt so much as a whisper of baby fever, not even like a 0.5 degree increase in temperature. But I do have an idea of what it feels like because that's how I feel about animals. Almost every animal I see, I want to love it and squish it and crawl inside and live inside its skin. So I'm keenly aware of what I don't feel about babies. Now there are kids and babies that I love, niece, nephews, friends' kids. But never, for 1 second of my interactions with any of these kids that I love, did I say, I want one of these in my house 24/7. But when I was younger, everybody told me that would change. One day, baby fever would kick in and I wouldn't be able to think about anything else but babies. And it was this delusional advice that made me spend my entire 30s looking around like, when's it gonna happen? And it kept me from getting my tubes tied when I was younger because, like, what if it just kicked in one day and then, all I could think about was a baby? If I would ask people when this was supposed to happen, people would be like, oh, in your 20s. And then when I made it past that, they would be like, no, it's your early 30s. Just something in your hormones just kicks in. And then when that didn't happen, it was, oh, it's your late 30s. It's near the end of your fertility. That's when it'll kick in. When I finally realized that I had been conned into this waiting game, this incessant, like, when am I going to suddenly start craving a baby more than life itself? I finally decided to get a tubal a couple years ago. And even though I didn't need confirmation that this was the right choice, the universe delivered anyway. So my doctor agrees to do the surgery, and I walk out into the parking lot, and all of a sudden my phone is just going bonkers. I must have had 17 text messages from basically every woman I had ever been friends with. 30 years of friends all popping up into my phone at the same moment. Why? Because while I was in that appointment, the Dobbs decision was leaked. Roe was being overturned. Well played, universe. Well played. So now let me be your sign. If you are looking for a reason to take that step and the only thing holding you back is people being like, one day you'll have baby fever. Yeah, you probably won't. If your womb doesn't start pulsating with desire when you see a photo of a baby like at the beginning of this video, it probably never will.
You cannot look at this and tell me that you don't have baby fever.
No. No baby fever here at all. I promise you. But you do that, and I'll do this. And this. And this.
You cannot look at this and tell me that you don't have baby fever.
So I can confidently say that I have never once in my life ever had baby fever because I don't just see a baby. I see a lifetime commitment. And as a child-free woman, I don't want that lifetime commitment. I don't want the responsibility of having to raise a human into a productive member of society. I don't want that. I think the term baby fever really shows that a majority of people don't think about the child past the baby stage. And honestly, the baby stage doesn't even last that long. And I'm not saying that I hate kids, because that's a very common misconception about child-free people, child-free women specifically, is that because we do not want to have and raise a child, we must hate children. When that's actually not true at all. I don't hate kids, and I don't understand why people keep saying that I do. I am perfectly content in just being the child-free auntie. Like, I have 3 nieces and a nephew. I love them all more than anything. I will gladly catch a body for them. I will catch a case for them. I will go to jail for them and smile in my mugshot. Like, and they all know this. But when they all start to get a little cranky and they start crying, oh, I'm sorry, baby. It's time for auntie to go home. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. A woman choosing to live a child-free life is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And just because we are choosing to live a child-free life, it doesn't mean that we don't think that you should have a baby. If you want to have kids, good for you. Go have kids. Go have as many kids as you want. Genuinely, bestie, I love that for you. I just want the same energy in return. Like, I want you to be happy for me with the life that I have chosen, just like I'm happy for you in the life that you have chosen. And that is why I make the content that I make, because I want other child-free women to see my content and realize, despite what society says about me and says to me, there's nothing wrong with choosing not to have kids.
Am I the only one who does not get baby fever from these baby videos? I get why you guys want the little babies. I do, they're so cute. But me, I just cannot relate. I be looking at the comments like, what are y'all talking about? But kudos to y'all. Me, I'm good over here. I'll be like, oh my gosh, baby's so cute. I'll go in the comments like looking for the baby is cute comments. I see, oh my gosh, baby fever. Oh my gosh, I want one. I never closed a comment section so quickly, child. Meanwhile, I'm just over here just like trying to work on my generational trauma, my PTSD from my childhood. Nothing crazy.
Not look at this and tell me that you don't have baby.
Nope. No baby fever. Just cat.
You cannot look at this and tell me that you don't have baby fever.
Nope, no baby fever. In fact, when I look at your baby, I don't see a bundle of joy, I see a fast pass to existential dread. Let's cut to the chase. In a few years, she's going to have an iPad permanently glued to her hands watching unboxing videos of kids playing with toys that you can't afford. Meanwhile, you're Googling how to set parental controls for the 100th time. By the age of 10, she's on TikTok. She's learned 37 dances and keeps calling you cringe. You just wanted to ask how her day was, but no. She's on TikTok posting a video with the caption, "Point of view, your mom ruins your life daily." You see they're calling you toxic in the comments, and now you're spiraling. Then she's 13, and she hates you. And not in like the moody teenager kind of way. It's the "you're the reason why I'm in therapy by the age of 30 kind of way. She's slamming doors because you told her she couldn't dye her hair blue, and now you're Googling how to set boundaries with a teenager without losing your sanity. And spoiler alert, you can't. And then comes the age of 16. She's dating a guy named Bryce who vapes in your driveway and calls you Miss Karen in a condescending way that physically hurts. She comes home late one night reeking of White Claw and tells you it's just sparkling water. You don't even argue, you just stare into the abyss. And then she's in her 20s and she is not thriving. In fact, she's living with you because her girl boss Etsy business failed and she can't make rent. And somehow you're going to be painted as the villain because you suggested she try a real job. And you bet your ass she's going to tweet about it. And then one day, she has her own baby. And she's on TikTok posting a video of her baby saying, "You can't tell me you see this baby and don't get baby fever." Meanwhile, you're sipping boxed wine in the background thinking it's an endless cycle of pain. So yeah, while your baby is cute, baby fever, I think not. I'd rather eat questionable sushi from a gas station than commit to 20 years of emotional damage and financial ruin.
I don't have baby fever in any capacity, and in fact, the idea of having a kid before the age of 30 is disgusting. But I do live by an elementary school, and these little kiddos wear these little vests, and they waddle across the street holding hands like little penguins. Oh, it's so cute. Yeah, it's cute.
At this point in my life, I've realized that I'm more likely to like a video of a dog than a video of a kid.
Do not look at this and tell me that you don't have baby fever.
That thing's gonna throw up on you at any given moment. Just saying.
Can we be real? A lot of y'all want babies. Y'all don't want kids. A lot of our parents wanted babies. They didn't want children, kids, young adults, teenagers, adults, period. They didn't foresee past the, ooh, a baby. You know what I mean? No, I can tell. See, you can tell when they just want a baby. You didn't want to raise an actual child and have their own opinions and someone to be your equal. Because at the end of the day, we're raising adults. We're raising adults. These little tiny humans will turn into adults. God willing, they'll turn into adults, y'all. They won't be little tiny babies that you could just dress up and brush the hair, put a bow in forever. They might have opinions that differ from yours. They might have their own thoughts. They might want to do something you might not agree with. They're not going to be your puppet. Baby, a kid, an adult, a puppet. Those are not all synonymous.
If you barely surviving yourself, you don't need a baby right now. If you can't even give yourself the things that you want to do on a regular basis, the things you want to have, you don't need a baby right now. If you got any questions or iffiness about that man, you don't need a baby right now.
Ladies, I know it's a lot of content creators out here telling y'all that you need to get married and have children, but let me tell you some young ladies, you young, you better not sign yourself up for that 18 to life prison sentence with a warden that won't treat you right. And I know you talking about what you talking about. Yes, when you have kids, you want an 18 life prison sentence. And most of the time when you get that warden, he ain't your husband. He gonna be your some dusty baby daddy. And I'm gonna tell you this, when you in prison, you can't move like you want to move and you can't do what you want to do. So don't sign yourself up for that life package. When you have these children, you're not going to be able to move where you want to move, go how you want to go, and do the things that you want to do. And that's why I'm telling you this. This is why so many of these women who get on my page, they get so mad and upset. Nobody helped me do this. They won't let me go do this because they're in a life sentence and can't move the way they want to move. And you need to keep yourself free as possible so you can move and do the things that you want to do as much as possible. Because once you get yourself in that life prison, don't mean it's going to be unhappy, because being a mother don't mean that you're going to be an unhappy being. But also when you become a mother, you can't do the things that you want to do. And you're going to be like so many people who sit in prison reminiscing on the things and thinking about the things that they should and they could have done. Don't be like them. Or you'll be like the women who on my post so mad talking about what people who are free and able to do. And that's what people in prison do. They are always concerned about what people who are free and able to do because they on lockdown. Don't get yourself on lockdown.
What are you picky towards being against?
It's a sensitive topic, but I would prefer someone that does not have children because I don't have children.
Why is that a sensitive topic, though?
I just feel like it's one of those sensitive things where people are like, oh, okay. And they're like, well, who doesn't have kids now, especially once you reach a certain age? And
I think that's selfish. If people turn their nose up to you saying that you don't want to date someone with kids because you don't have kids, it's the people with kids that get upset at that, and people with kids from people that they kind of regret that get upset with that. That shit is selfish.
Yes.
That is very, very selfish. So no, I'm with you. Why do you though?
Why do I what?
Why do you prefer your children to be their first children as well?
I mean, that goes into just, I want that experience to be together, like a union. Like this is our first time doing this together. I don't want somebody that's like, yeah, I've been through this already, and be like, not with me, you haven't.
I believe that everybody needs a baby because they just look at you like you are the best thing in the whole world. Huh?
So you're gonna tell me that's not selfish? You're gonna tell me that's not narcissism? I don't need a baby. I don't need to give birth to another human just to prove to myself that I'm worthy of something. Y'all keep bitching at us about why we don't have kids when you need to be bitching at people like that who have kids for totally selfish reasons. I don't want to hear it because it made no sense. It made no fucking sense. You're having a child, a human being, a little person, because you want to be admired. You want to be loved. Get the fuck
Y'all seen that lady on Twitter? She's talking about it's weird to brag about not having kids.
This makes me think of when somebody told me, hurry up and have kids so you could be miserable like me. And that stayed with me. I'm not saying that parenthood is miserable for everyone, but I have come across my fair share of regretful moms. They seem tired, they are haggard, they do not get any help from the men that they are with. They mourn the life that they had before. I love having money, getting up and doing whatever the fuck I want to do, and having serenity in my home. I understand that motherhood is a sacred journey, but motherhood is not for everyone, and people really struggle with minding their business about what you do with your body. Is that a little envy that I detect?
So I'm going to sing the same song that I've sung so many times before. You do not need to have a child if you are not ready. Please, please, please don't listen to your parents. Don't listen to social media. Do not listen to your friends who are encouraging you or even bullying you sometimes into having children when you know you're not ready. My mother was like, it would be nice to have, a grandchild. And I told her, yeah, it would be nice. I'm not sure where the grandchild gonna come from, but it will definitely be nice because I know you're not talking to me. Your child who you know don't even have an apartment, lives in inefficiency, trying to get herself together, trying to go to school and get an education and get her life together. I know you're not talking to me. I know for sure, for a fact, that you're not talking to me. And it always baffles me, like it's like they don't think. You're telling people just because the baby looks cute, they should have one. And the lady was talking about 18 years. The previous content creator was saying 18 years. It is more than 18
When
years,
someone says
please.
it's just a
It is
cat,
a life
but that cat
sentence.
is your
It's not
entire
18
world.
years. A lot of horrible parents kick their kids out at 18 or make them pay rent or stuff like that, right? I've posted about that before. It's horrible because if you have the life that you have right now and you don't like it, you don't want it, why would you subject a child to that life if you know it was hard for you when you first started off? Why would you make your child pay rent? Why would you force your kid to do things that you know you did not enjoy when you were their age? It's like they just take that trauma and they put it onto you. They never healed that trauma, they never worked on it, and they take it and they put it onto you. And it just, I feel like I'm just singing a song that I've sung before, and it gets so annoying and tiring because I know I be talking to people who are in their 30s, in their 40s, like, shouldn't you be teaching me? Shouldn't you have common sense? Like, I don't get it. It's ridiculous. Don't spew that type of content when there's young, impressionable, young adults who are watching you because you know how hard it is. Why are you telling a child to have a kid just because the kid looks cute? Like, I'm a child myself. Why would I go and have another child? Anyways, I'm sorry, y'all. It's just like a here we go again type of video. Anywho, like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll see y'all in the next one with another BS video.